Painting. Painting never changes. Michelangelo is famous for graffitiing the inside of the Sistine Chapel. Dali painted multi-clocks, and everyone gave him the time of day. Ceci ne passe un pipe. But painting never changes. And today we are going to be painting the Hollywood heroes from Fallout. Technically not a battle box. I mean, they are from a box, but doing a little bit of a side thing while we're waiting for Fallout Factions to drop, which is going to be next month at this point, and also they're just so cool. I really like them. Yeah, I have already undercoated these guys, uniform grey, army painter, and I'm going to be going through these one at a time. Basically just, for those of you who don't know, Fallout is my jam. It's honestly, I would say, it's my favourite universe, favourite fictional universe, favourite universe in general. I don't know whether I'd say real life is better than that. And yeah, these models are great. The TV series is great if you haven't seen it, by the way. I'll try to avoid spoilers. I might talk about it a little bit just as we're going. But yeah, I'm going to start with Lucy. And we're going to be painting up our favourite Vault Dweller from Vault 33. So we're starting off nice and simple. Altdorf, I've got it right there. Altdorf Guard Blue, just for the actual jumpsuit itself. Yeah, I know the show went a little bit darker, but I like the more primary blue. Although, admittedly, once you get Drakenhof Nightshade onto it, it's going to look, it's going to be darker than this, if we're being entirely honest, which is nice. It is nice. And there we are, after Drakenhof Nightshade has been applied. I do like Altdorf Guard and Drakenhof Nightshade. It's a good combo for a nice, fairly dark primary blue. And yeah, it just looks very, very nice. Real nice. Yeah. Gonna wait for that to dry, and then we move on to the yellows. If you saw my my previous battle box mini prep on the orcs, you will know about 12 different ways of painting yellow, and yeah, this will be one of them. I want to go for the game. The game is slightly, not the game, the TV series is slightly darker yellow than the yeah, the TV show is slightly darker yellow than the games. So I think I'm going to go for white Agrax Earthshade, and then Cassandora Yellow. Cassandora Yellow. Yeah. So it'll be slightly darker than the games, but also, I mean, still it'll be recognizably yellow, which is, you know, what you're looking for in this, if we're being entirely honest. Getting the white down here is harder than it looks, but it's not. It'll be fine. Like the three on the right there is basically going to get completely covered up by the strap to the shoulder packages. She's wearing the iconic armored vault jumpsuit. Yeah, going to get the once we get the brown and yellow on that, it's going to look so much nicer. But yeah, just I just want to take a moment, just while I'm thinking about it. I absolutely love this pose. Like, I like the fact that it's combat-y, but also like Lucy isn't really a fighty character. Like, she's, despite what I can't, I have to find the book, book by Negon, but despite what Modiphius says, like, this is a Lock 9 or 10 character. But agility and perception is quite low. Yeah. Onto the inking. So yeah, Modiphius says that she has a log of 5, which is so comically low I can't quite believe. If you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. She is absurdly lucky. Like it's very, very funny. Good show. It really is a great show. Yeah, the I put Agrax Earthshade on the white. I've also put a Shabty Bone for the skin. But yeah, like it's the brown isn't great, but it will at least it'll work. You'll see what I mean when I get to the next stage, which is Cassandora yellow on the yellow and Reichland flesh shade on the flesh. You've got this. Welcome to what I like to call the tipping point of a model. It's about the point where you've got enough paint on something that you can see where it's going, but not enough that it's like good. This is the point where I tend to start like panicking and to be like, oh no, everything's going horribly wrong. Oh no, 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 no. This is completely normal, and what you need to do now is absolutely just push through. Next up on this is going to be basically all the browns. We're using Doomball Brown for her hair, Gorthor Brown for all of the leathers, and I'm feeling, yeah, I mean, Baylor Brown for the Pip-Boy. Yeah, indeed. But yeah, like it's gonna start. It looks rubbish now, but give it a bit. It's gonna look great. Guarantee it. I don't guarantee it. Yeah, it'll look all right. See, she's coming together now. Got the browns on, and also noticed there's a little 33 and Vortex symbol on the bag, so I put that in white. So that's going to become yellow as well. See, the 3 that was dodgy has been covered up by the belt. So yeah, when we get basically all of this is now going to be doused in Agrax Earthshade, and it's just going to suddenly look, and not phenomenal, but like I would say at least tabletop quality, which is basically what I'm going for. I mean, just yeah, hell yeah, I will take this. Inking something really does like help cover a lot of sins. Yeah, like you really see the 33 on the bag now. Just like the hair looks great. I mean, it's still wet, but it's still just like when it dries, it'll lose a bit of the shine as well. Yeah. Oh, it's very, very cool. Yeah. Focus. Stay focused. That's me and the camera. Basically, the last thing I have to really do now is I'm going to use Runefang Steel on the gun, and yeah, Runefang Steel and Nuln Oil on the gun, and then it'll be a little bit of detailing, and Lucy will be, obviously basic as well, but Lucy will be done. And there we have the metal has been done. Got some belt loops on there as well. Got a bit on the back. For what it's worth, normally with Fallout, I would go for a considerably darker, probably lead belcher inked with Agrax, but I figure, and you'll see that in with when I do the Ghoul. But Lucy is frank. She's a Vault Dweller. She's been out for about 10 minutes. I just realised that she's still got a backpack, so that is like, yeah, she's been out for about 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna make her metals nice and clean and shiny. And yeah, after that, it will be a couple of like the few remaining details, do the eyes, and she will be done. There you go, I've got the non-oil. It's still quite a nice shiny metal. I've also Cassandra yellowed the fault symbol on the 33, so that's turned yellow as well. And yeah, I think about the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go wire flesh on the Pip-Boy and do the eyes, which is just, they're just going to be white and black. I'm not going to like, I don't even know what color Ella Purnell's eyes are. I want to say green, but God, I'm not going into that level of detail. I'm not insane. But yeah, let's get that done. Also, now it's dried a little bit. I do want it on record. I I picked up Doomball Brown. It was a mistake. I meant to get Gawthor Brown. As you can tell, they are very similar. They've got very similar names. But yeah, I actually really like this as a hair color. I might start using that more. But that is neither here nor there. I saw it and I was like, you know what, this is very, very close to Lucy's. So yeah, let's do the last few bits, and yeah, basically done. Okay, yeah, so we got wire flesh on the Pip-Boy and tiny little dots of white on the eyes. Now, I know a lot of people go do the black first and do white dots afterwards, and I think that is insane. So I'm not going to do it. I think I mentioned this before, but I use the Insane Detail brush, which is tiny. I think you can get smaller ones, but just Christ no. Okay, but yeah, last thing I'm going to do is Colia green shade the Pip-Boy and little tiny black dots on the eyes, and our good friend Goosey here is done. Okay, almost finished. Got the green on the Pip-Boy. And I just want to do this. I'm going to zoom in. It's please work. Okay, so I just want to show this because eyes are incredibly difficult. And I just wanted to point out that it is absolutely okay to just like go back and like, in this particular case, I'm going to have to start again. But yeah, basically, best way of doing this is to essentially just paint over white again, maybe use a bit more flesh wash just to reset the eye. You can do it. It's really easy. But I'm so proud of her. It's her right eye, but it's on the left of the screen. Yeah, this is all incredibly easy and it's all practice. I want to make it part of why I'm doing this is I want people to like see how easy it is. Like, this is no advanced techniques. I think she looks pretty damn good, if I'm being entirely honest. But yeah, now I'm just going to have to wait for her eye to dry and start again. And today, on turning that frown upside down, I've decided to give a face from slightly later in the series because I could not get the shading right. So she's got a black eye, and she's also, the light is not good on this, especially with, I've had to zoom in quite close. Yeah, she's got a cut lip as well because, yeah, towards the end of the episode, like, if you haven't seen it, Lucy gets beaten up over the course of this show. Yeah, again, zoom in, focus. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the base until I've painted all of them, just because honestly giving the null oil a little bit of time to just settle means that it looks way shinier, which I do love. I'm going to just paint the bases the same way I always paint bases, just brown with sort of glossy ink over it. But yeah, that is Lucy done. On to, let's go Maximus. So, yeah, Maximus is going to be fairly easy to paint, mainly because Brotherhood armor is one shade of metal. I'm going to go Rune Fang for the metal. I'm going to do Lead Belcher for the assault rifle. In the show, they look functionally identical, but I'm going Lead Belcher just to give it a bit of variety. I'm going to go Gorthor Brown for his skin. I'm also going to paint the helmet on the base as well. Yeah, like honestly, yeah, Maximus is going to be very easy because it's going to be painting all of that as one layer and then painting the entire thing in Nuln Oil and then doing a bit of detailing. He's not going to take too long to paint, but I don't know. It's Brotherhood. I really like Fallout Power Armor, and I mean it's iconic. Look at it; it's so cool. One thing I will say is I'm not going to try and paint the he's meant to have a Brotherhood symbol on his chest, and I'm not quite comfortable enough with freehand to be able to do that and make it look good. So I'm just not going to try. But still, just our very neutral karma boy Maximus. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Brotherhood of Steel incredibly easy to paint. There's a little bit of detailing afterwards, but honestly, I mean, the Brotherhood look quite cool, just as like solid metal statues. But it's like, I know some people paint like the inside bits differently, but I don't. I just probably could just for a little bit of variety. I like it. I think it looks cool, and yeah. Again, once it's done, the effect is quite cool. Next up is going to be a very, very well shaken Nuln Oil over everything. And that will be Maximus, like 90% done if we're being entirely honest with ourselves. So very easy. I really should get a Brotherhood force. Like Modiphius does like a large Fallout faction. I'll see if they actually come out in factions now. I'm saying it, but yeah, cool. Look at him. See, like I said, it's very, very easy to make like all metal armor, steel armor look really good. And honestly, I say just Runefang steel and Nuln Oil is just it's a good look. It's a very good look. You're going to be seeing a lot of this because it's how I do my Stormcast. My Stormcast are actually very boring to look at, but I think they look amazing. Yeah, the assault rifle just a little bit darker, just to give it a little bit of difference. And yeah, the skin is also there, and like, it also looks more or less like I forgot the goddamn actor's name. I could have looked it up, but yeah, it looks like Maximus. Yeah, basically now is a case of waiting for the Nuln Oil to really, really, really dry, painting the hair and the eyes on the helmet black, and doing the eyes. And yeah, he's basically done. He doesn't. He has a lot of detail on it, but the sculpt is doing a lot of heavy lifting at this point, which is very nice. I they're just genuinely very good sculpts. Like I like them. There's no real review there. Cool. Yeah. Get the eyes and hair done, and he's pretty much done. It is always the left eye, isn't it? So yeah, the right eye has gone in fine. The helmet, cool. Hair, fine. This time, I want to leave this in mainly as a like a sort of don't worry, know what you just very few people get this right first time. um, this time I'm going to try fixing it by going back in with some Gawthor Brown and hopefully non-oiling over it, basically painting the eyelids back in. Yeah, cool. Oh, there's a reason people don't do eyes. I didn't choose the life. I'm just an idiot. There you go. That's the worried look on Maximus's face I'm looking for. Uh, focus. Last thing I'm going to do, quick dry brush of Gawthor Brown around the feet and the helmet. Right, like I was saying with Lucy, I feel they should be like a little bit dirty. Brotherhood of Steel feels like it should have clean stuff. I mean, I'm getting to the Ghoul in a second, and the Ghoul will have more sort of dirty, damaged-looking metals. But yeah, I'm gonna put some like dirt and dust on the feet and the helmet, and he's pretty much done. There you go. It's not much. It's a subtle effect, but it means it looks like he's been trotting through mud for ages. And also, is it too subtle to pick up? It might be. I've done a very light dry brush on his entire back because he falls down a lot, and I think that makes sense for him. But yeah, it's mostly focused on the helmet and the feet to make him look. Yeah, I'll say he's been trotting through mud, and also so he's not basically one solid pure steel look for the entire thing. And yeah, with that, our very neutral boy Maximus is done. Our very evil karma run of the Ghoul is about to begin. And now we are on to our evil karma run, the Ghoul. So yeah, the Ghoul is he's going to be a fairly interesting one because, like, as a model, he's actually fairly easy. He's got lots of large, big surfaces that ink is going to do very, very well on. But the big thing is going to be his skin. It's quite a few layers, including multiple inks and dry brushes, to get a good Ghoul look. I mean, I'm sure there are easier ways of doing it, but it's the way I do it. And yeah, I'm going to walk you through all of them. I'm going to start with the skin because, again, it involves dry brushing, so you want to do that first. Then gradually work out. Just so for people who have seen the show, I'm going to be doing him in a fairly early series scheme. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, watch it or watch it again, and keep an eye on his shirt throughout the entire series. It's very, very fun change. So, yeah, I will get back to you when I've done it. It's going to be a Shabty Bone is going to be how we're going to start the skin on this one. So just his face on this one goes from this. Next up, we have to ink with our good old friend Magenta ink that I got from an art store about 1,000 years ago. Oh, recently discovered they still make this exact stuff on Amazon. Well, they don't make it at Amazon, but they still sell it on Amazon. This thing has served me well. I just want that one on record. Yeah, I'm going to paint the skin with that, and it's going to look real grody for a second. I promise it looks good at the end. And yeah, that's after the magenta ink. For what it's worth, if you want to do scorched or marked men, if Modiphius ever does them, please both. I really like marked men, and scorched are also very cool. This is where you want to stop with that. It looks just very nice and easy and looks great. Ghouls, I think, look better with a slightly darker skin, which I'm going to wait for it to dry completely. Give it like a an hour or so to dry. Then dry brush again with a shabty bone and go over with Reichland's Flesh Shade. It will make it darker. It will leave the red in the recesses, but yeah, it makes it look a little bit more sort of skinny rather than skinhead, which is kind of what you're going for. Yeah, cool. Yeah, the dry brush ended up a bit heavier than I'd like, but yeah, that's basically what I was hoping for. Got a little bit on the ears. Basically, you want like the raised bits to still look like skin. So yeah, when flesh wash goes over it, it'll look like flesh wash. It'll look like skin, but just a little bit more sort of red and sickly is not the right word, but like radiation damaged. There's the Walton Goggins we all know and love. And while we're here, I actually ended up looking it up. Maximus is played by Aaron Moten, and he's great. He's very, very good. But I don't think I've ever seen anything else he's been in. So yeah, no, he's very, very good. Yes, cool. There is the skin. Now we are going on to the shirt, which is going to be Outdorf Guard Blue. Yeah, that is Outdorf Guard Blue on the shirt. I've been thinking about this, and I'm going to do a bit more base coating because my plan was just whack Agrax Earthshade on everything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the bandolier and the shoes in Gawthor Brown. I'm going to do the trousers in Dawnstone Grey, and I'm also going to do the gloves in Gawthor Brown as well. Guns are going to be Runefang Steel. So yeah, the only thing I'm basically not going to do is after this is the duster and the hat. So yeah, this may actually be quicker than I thought it was going to be. Because I say, yeah, everything's going to get just coated in Agrax Earthshade, which will make everything look amazing. There's a reason it's called Liquid Talent. This is Dawnstone on the trousers, Outdorf Guard Blue on the shirt. We've got it's Gawthor Brown on all of the leathers, including the gloves, and the guns. The metal is I went for lead belcher rather than Runefang Steel because it make a darker metal, which will go in with his darker personality. And I've also gone for Retributor Gold on the belt buckle, just to make it, just it'll give him the theming. Again, I don't want to spoil anything. Seriously, watch the show. It's so good. But yeah, all of that is going to get covered in Agrax Earthshade, and then we will basically just have the duster and the hat to go. Liquid Talent. Looks so much better now. Yeah, I'm going to wait for this to dry, and then I am going to do the duster and the hat. Doomball Brown, I'm going to ink it Nuln Oil. And same with the stirrups, I'm going to paint Lead Belcher and do Nuln Oil as well. I like the idea of them looking slightly nicer. And yeah, that's basically like him done. But yeah, I also literally just noticed while I was painting it. The Ghoul has a blue shirt, like grey-brown trousers, and a shotgun across the back. I'm not sure whether it's intentional or not, but it's very, very Ash from Evil Dead coded, and I am here for it. Which, hell yeah. He's also about as good a person as Ash from the Evil Dead is, which is... yeah. But yeah, Doomball Brown on all the leathers once it's dried. Yay. And there it is, Doomball Brown. Once this is dried, I'll go over it with Nuln Oil, make a nice dark leather duster, and you can really go for the whole like ghoul cowboy look. Oh, he's coming together pretty well. I quite like him. Oh, yeah, this set's great. It's really, really nice. Comes with rules for both Fallout factions and Wasteland Warfare, for what it's worth. Yeah, I won't be using these in Fallout factions. I just think, it's pretty cool. They are pretty cool. Yeah, I will see you when the paint has dried and I can ink it. Whee! And the Nuln Oil is applied. And yeah, it's still wet, so it's going to take a while, but yeah. Oh, look at him. Okay, so yeah, oh, he looks so cool. I'm going to do the same thing I did with Maximus. I'm going to wait for all the ink to dry. Then I'm going to do a quick dry brush of Gawthor Brown over the feet and lower legs, just, do a bit of a dust thing going on. And then we are on to the dog that is not dog meat and whose name I never remember. CX404. I wish they just called him dog meat. It would have been so much easier. Yes, go on. I'll go on to this, and then I will. Oh, I've got to do his eyes as well. Oh, remember, do the eyes. Quick note on the eyes for him, because ghouls have slightly different eyes. They're slightly bloodshot and yellowy. I'm actually going to use Karak Stone as the base rather than pure white. Just to make it, make him look a bit off-white. You'll see what it'll look like. You'll be fine. I believe we can get through this. There we go. Going for just look like how much of a Red Skull look this is as well. Yeah, I've got a bit of light dry brushing around the bottom of the duster, and if it zooms in, I did them properly. I didn't have to redo them. The problem is, cowboy hats are really good at keeping the sun off people's eyes. Yeah, the eyes have been done too. So yeah, that is the ghoul has been done. The only person left is our very good boy CX404. Here he is, the second goodest boy after dog meat himself. And yeah, I'm going to be a interesting one because, yeah, no clothes, no anything else. When I'm going to do this is I'm going to start with Gawthor Brown. I'm then going to dry brush Baylor Brown underneath because he's got slightly lighter fur at the bottom. And I'm going to dry brush Abaddon Black just over the snout. And yeah, then ink the entire thing, Agrax Earthshade afterwards. Again, quite a quick one, but it's actually very, very easy to get very good looking fur effects. So yeah, that's nice. I'll see you in like literal seconds. This takes so little time to do. And here we are. It's Gawthor Brown for the majority of it. Absolutely cannot see it. There's some very light dry brushing underneath in the shady bits, and there's dry brush black on the snoot. So yeah, he's a dog. He's a very good boy, but he's also very simple to paint. Yeah, gonna cover him in Agrax Earthshade now, and after that it's basically like the eyes and the disembodied hand that he's carrying. Not exactly the hardest model to paint, but he's a good boy. He's a very good boy whose name I totally forgot earlier in the episode. He's a good boy. And there he is. He's such a good boy. Such a good shaded boy. Okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I just gotta wait for that to dry, and then the hand it's gonna be the same as Lucy's. It's gonna be a shabby bone with Reichland flesh shade, and then I'm gonna cover it in blood. And also, I have little puppy eyes to paint. I need you to paint the puppy eyes, which are admittedly very small on this model, but still I've got to paint the puppy eyes, which is a good boy. And just to confirm, yes, I am like this with all dogs, especially, I was about to say, especially tiny model dogs. Any dog, they're all very good boys. It's very wet from the ink right now, but just. And if you'd like to contribute to my breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you when it's dried. There you go. I skipped a few steps ahead. You know what a shabby bone inked Reichland flesh shade looks like. And lastly, I am going to absolutely just cover this thing in blood because it's a very fresh arm. Yeah, that's a sentence I do not like saying. Ugh. But it's true, so hey. Oh, look at that stump. So yeah, got I'll zoom in. So yeah, got Mephiston red, just over a decent amount of the arm, and basically the way this works now is in very rapid succession. You want to do Agrax, Agrax Earthshake, and then more of the. I just use the magenta thing. Any red ink will do. But yeah, the idea is you want to not let the Agrax completely dry. For reasons I've never quite been able to explain or verbalize. But it does make it look very cool and like bloody without having to go and buy a paint specially designed to look like blood. I'll see you halfway through the process and then at the end. It's looking all nice and wet now. Admittedly, that's because it's not fully dried yet. But yeah, after this, do magenta ink over it again while it's still a little bit wet, and it makes it very glossy, which is very cool. It's a very nice effect. I use it a lot. Don't think you've seen it on any of my 40k stuff. I used to do it a lot. I don't really do it as much anymore, just because it's when I get around to doing World Eaters or Corn Bloodbound, this effect we used all of the damn time. And there we go. Like I say, it's a really nice effect. It's very simple. It really works. Also, while painting this, I did realise got a bit of a collar. I'm trying to decide whether to go for it because like, it's basically just bunching up the fur. So I don't think I will bother going for the collar. But yeah, that basically means CX404 is done. Next time you see this, I'm not gonna, force you to sit through. And then I painted Gorthor brown and inked them black, and then painted the rims black. So next time you see these, the bases will all have been done, and we can move on to just the final thoughts. And there we have all four of them together. And also Nira from Nuka World, who is just an amazing model that I painted ages ago. I love him, and I very rarely, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to ever put him on. So, yeah. Again, I like every time I do the Battle Box mini preps, the hope is that you can, it's an example that you can do, I think, quite good work with just layer and ink, and just I want to do like a few like painting tutorials that are more just this is what you can do with a small number of colors bit of creative, not even much creativity this time. I'm just following what they look like in the games and in the film. But still, yeah, I just want to show these models off because they're really, really pretty. I'm just kind of, my camera will not focus on all four at the same time, so I'm just kind of skipping between them. Actually, I wonder, if I get rid of, I don't know why this would work, but anyway. No, that did absolutely nothing. Okay. But yeah, I guess this would be why when I do 5 parsecs at home, I have everyone lined up for this exact reason. There you go, that's more or less, yeah, cool. But yeah, I say the entire point of this is I want to show that it's not that hard to get good looking models. Like like Maximus has like 5 paints on him and non-oil. 6 if you count the brown. But yeah, just yeah, I just want to get people a bit more confident with painting things because painted models always look better than bare plastic no matter what. And I just this channel is really all about the getting new players a bit more confident, seeing what you can do very easily. And yeah, I hope it's inspired you. I hope it's getting you excited for Fallout Factions, which has been announced to start shipping 2 days before Age of Sigmar 4th edition. Thanks, Modiphius. If I get it early, I might at least be able to do an unboxing. Otherwise, it'll have. We'll see. Because like Age of Sigmar should probably come first. I know where my bread is buttered. Yeah. In general, if you want to see Fallout Factions when it comes out, not one of these models is going to be in it. It's set around Nuka World, which is. Nero can come back. Which is why Nero was here, because it's the Gangs of Nuka World. So I'm going to reveal my bias for the operators here, but as anyone who's watched any of the games on my channel knows, sometimes the dice want other people to win, so I can be as biased as I want. And yeah, I'm very excited, and I hope you are too. So yeah, subscribe and ring that bell if you want to see more. Let me know in the comments down below which Raider faction is your favourite. Not just from Nuka World, you can get the Khans, the Vipers, the Fiends, get all them in. Who's your favourite? I get Rosteffels. Just in general, just have a fantastic night, and remember, war never changes. Night.